Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good everything to you, wherever it is that you are. I am in North Central Florida, Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Dale here. We're here, like we are here every week, every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do a pulse check with what's going on with you, with what's going on with you, not only you in the here and now, but you futuristically, you in the past. It's merging all of you, the yous together to make sure that you are showing up and being the best version of yourself. Because that's what I do with some gems. And the gems, of course, is emotional intelligence. That's who I am. For those that don't know, my name is Dr. Dale Laing-Hall. It's gonna be a year in March that I completed my doctoral degree on social impact management. That's where I specialize in. And I did my research on EQ. EQ is emotional intelligence, emotional quotient, right? And what that is I studied that concept of emotional intelligence in the workplace, right? In the workplace, what it does, how it can benefit the employees, how it can benefit the leaders, how it can benefit the organization, all the stakeholders, the customers. And when I met with these leaders, mostly healthcare was that was the husband calling me, you guys. I get it all. I get it all. and mostly it's because of mostly it was to kind of make sure that it's whatever wherever it is that these leaders were using this different skills or tips or strategies, all with EQ. And EQ, of course, have a couple of components, and that is self-awareness, right? That is self-regulation, being able to control your emotions. Self-awareness being able to take that mirror off the wall and look at yourself, right? Making sure that you are being authentic with you, so that way you can be authentic with other people, right? So that's self-awareness, self-regulation, which is also self-management, and then social skills, right? How does that look like? And then relationship management, right? And of course, the bread and butter, empathy. Not only empathy with other people and how you're treating other people and seeing things from different people's perspective, but also you being empathetic to yourself, with yourself, right? Before anything as it relates to interacting with other people. So those are the kind of like the nuggets, the summary of emotional intelligence. And sometimes you'll be like, what is emotional intelligence? And my definition is being able to know what you know, being able to feel what you feel, whatever moment you're in, feel what you feel, know what you know, and without allowing your feelings or whatever moment you're in to allow you to become stressed out, overwhelmed, rude, hurting other people, hurting yourself. And it doesn't only have to be, of course, physical, but also emotional. How is your self-talk? How are you talking to other people, right? How is your relationship conversations, not only at home, but also with yourself and the people them at work, right? Your church. At the end of the day, your relationship with you determines your relationship with everybody else. And emotional intelligence allows us again and again and again and again, without getting tired of it, again and again and again and again, to take that mirror off the wall, as my director of HR would say, font. He would say, taking it off the wall and putting it on yourself, and constantly keeping it on yourself, because you know what? We constantly need work, right? That's human beings for you. That's you, that's me, that's us, right? And so with our topic for today, we started this year with this topic, and I kind of loved it so much, and I got some feedback, and we're just going to go deeper for the next couple of weeks in this conversation, maybe for the quarter. Let's see how things go. Okay. So of course I mentioned to you guys that I started it with my, I have this picture and I have this in my office and it says that phrase exactly, right? Why fit in, right? When you can stand out. Why fit in when you can stand out? It's a frame, and then of course I have me and my husband's picture in there, and then it has all these little words, and of course it's pink. Everybody knows. Anybody that knows me knows that I love pink. So, and it has these little words, and it's like perfect. It's perfect, right? So with that being said, and it gives these words, and it says, "Be flamingo, stay balanced, stand by your flock, and always be fabulous." Don't you love that? I love that. Right? So, with that being said, I wanted to kind of break up the word a little bit because it's two sentences in one, right? Why fit in? First things first. What does fitting in mean? What does that look like? What does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does it mean to me? What does that mean? What is that all about? Right? What are we talking about when we say fit in? Right? Years ago, or maybe some people still do it today. They used to say we need to find somebody, when you're looking and interviewing people and trying to find people to come into your organization to work, recruiters, HR leaders, professionals, HR managers would say, we're trying to find the right fit. We're looking for individuals that fit in with the organization. What does that mean? Meaning, right? Let's kind of break it down because, sometimes it can sound like, oh, that's what it means, but your version, what my version, and let's kind of bring it home. So we're going to start with that. And of course, at the bedrock of my conversations is always EQ, right? So this why fit in merge with EQ, you will see that it brings you right back to you and me, right? So to fit in generally, right? It means the act of shaping this way, shaping yourself into this, whatever shape you want to shape yourself into this heart, into this box, right? We got to confirm ourselves, adapt, oh, you're like this, but you need to kind of bring it down a little bit, tone it down, and be this to fit over here. Because if you're trying to leave, for example, an organization to get into that department, oh, I want to go work in that. I have to go work in that department. In order to work in that department, I have to be this certain way. I have to adapt my behavior, my beliefs, my appearance, and align yourself with the norms and the expectation or the standards for that particular group, community, society, job, department, even in your home. Growing up, I sometimes didn't feel like I fit into what the expectations were. And a lot of it was because I didn't understand, right? And because I didn't understand, I was like this. I acted out, right? You may have done the same thing. And we grew up, parents from the islands, you're like, do what I say, not what I do. Right? So with that being said, you had to fit into that box, whether you understood it or not. Right? At work, you have to fit into this so that way, and you have to fit into this certain look and this way of doing things. So that way they don't be like looking at you all weird, weaseling you out of the group, and you don't want to feel like you're not a part of the group. When someone tries to fit in, they often aim to be accepted, right? right? Or approve by conforming to the prevailing norms, whatever norms that organization, that location, wherever it is that you are, the values and the expectation, the cultural expectation. The culture is like this, it's very quiet. There's not a lot of loud speaking. It's very, and the only time you hear any loudness is when the UPS guy comes and he delivers boxes. Apart from that, you can hear a pin drop. That's the environment, that's the culture. It's very quiet. So you coming in like this, for example, I used to have this job when what job was it? What job was it? I was a legal assistant. I was a legal assistant, one of my very first jobs. And in this law office, the owners, husband and wife, a Jewish owner too, and he's very strict, very serious. And not because he was Jewish, that's just the way he was. And everybody in the office, even the lawyers, the other partners and stuff, feared him because he was tough, man. He was tough, you guys. He was tough not only on the legal assistants and the secretary and his wife. He was tough with everybody, even the clients. He was tough on them, right? And I guess it worked for him, right? Hence, him being in business. I guess it worked for him, right? So that was actually the very first job that I got in trouble for smiling too much. Can you believe that? Yeah, the customers would call, the clients would call, and I was, answering the phone. That was my thing. Loved it. Hi, how you doing? Oh, Miss Tom, Mrs. Tom, so good to hear you. Yes, absolutely. I have you here on the schedule. Yeah, for 3:00. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you can hear this laughter in my voice just talking to me. Oh, that is so good. I appreciate you for saying that. That was kind of my, that was my, if you think I'm annoying now. Then it was even better. It was even better. So that was the conversation, and that was me. And I guess one day a customer said something and I laughed out loud, and I got in trouble for laughing out loud, right? And I was mad. Of course, I didn't stay there very long, needless to say. So I had to confirm, like, I could only tame myself for so long that eventually it came out, because it wasn't naturally me for somebody to say something funny, or me to be in a group or a part of an organization or whatever in a department and not be my enthusiastic, bubbly, positive, glass half full type of a girl, right? I could only tame that for so long. So that's when I worked at that law office. When he was around, I'll be like, make sure I was serious, make sure, there was, and me and this wasn't only me, it was like everybody in the office. Okay, he's coming, you guys. We had cameras in the office and knew when he was coming. He's coming, you guys. So bam, quietness. So it wasn't only me. Other people had to change their personality, their views, who they were, their beliefs, their character, to fit into that department, that job. Nothing is wrong with that. If you're okay I don't have my stuff here. I can't show you guys. If you're okay with putting on a mask for a certain amount of time and that fits you, perfect. One thing you will hear, as it relates to all my conversation, is be the best version of you. Respectfully, with love, with kindness, civility, honesty, transparency, with your peace. That's what EQ promotes. That's what Dr. Dale promotes. Never, pointing finger or blaming you, never that. I'm saying it's okay for you to be and share your best version of you and your feelings and all of this stuff, in a way that is not going to hurt yourself and others, right? You can be that best version of you, and emotional intelligence give you a perfect way and steps and strategies in order for you to do exactly that, right? It does do that. It really does. So fitting in can manifest in a lot of different ways, right? In different aspects of life, such as your social interactions in at work. We mentioned, wherever it is that you are, it often involves adjusting your attitude, like I did, right? Your behavior, your appearance, to be more acceptable for the norm of what's going on, right? While fitting in sometimes can provide you a sense of belonging, make you feel like you're a part of the group and a part of the team, and feel like you're socially accepted because you have changed your beliefs, change yourself to meet their expectations. It can also involve sacrificing yourself, your authenticity. That's what you're practically doing. If you have to tame yourself, adjust yourself in any way to put yourself smaller, then you are sacrificing the true you, right? Some people may find comfort in fitting in, and that's perfectly fine. That's fine. If it works for you, do it for a period of time, do it forever. Perfect. Thumbs up from Dr. Dale. If it works for you, keep on doing it. But if you're tired of hiding, pretending, being fake, and just not showing up as your best self and letting your voice be heard wherever it is that you are, then emotional intelligence and standing out are wide open. Arms are wide open for you to be better, right? While others may prioritize suppressing their uniqueness, because that's what you're doing. I don't care how you put it, slice and dice it. You are suppressing your uniqueness and standing out from the crowd, from expressing yourself. So you're suppressing it. So the choice between fitting in and standing out is often, of course, influenced by your personal views. Somebody says something, you're in a meeting, and somebody says something that is completely out of line, and it may not have been to you, but it was to one of your colleagues, or completely disrespectful, and you sat there and you felt in your spirit that it was wrong, that it was unprofessional, unethical, shouldn't have said it, out of place, disrespectful, and you sat there and you didn't say anything, shame on you. So 2024, you did that in 2023. Don't do it in 2024. Don't carry that behavior into 2024. Because if the roles were reversed, you would want somebody to speak up for you. And they didn't speak up for themselves. And that's what makes you a great human. Being able to stand up for humanity. Civilized humanity. Civilized humanity. Right? And that's what EQ, what makes EQ so great for harnessing successful top performers when it comes to leadership, when it comes to being a better human being, is that authenticity that it welcomes. It forces you, whether you want it or not, it forces you to take that mirror off the wall and really look at yourself. right? Really realize, your strengths, your weaknesses, why you feel the way that you feel, who it is that you need to go and apologize to, who it is that you need to stop talking to, who it is that is influencing your behavior, right? Today, and that's allowing you to show up in these streets all cray cray. Who is that? What is that? Who are, what you need to pinpoint the situation, the person, so that way you can know, so you can correct it. But if you keep on showing it under the rug, treating people bad, being this, you're not going to have any friends. You're going to run out of friends. You're going to run out of friends. You're going to run out of, relationships that are nurturing, that is healthy, that's thriving, that's positive, that's productive. You're going to run out of them. And then at the end of the day, you're going to be, old, alone. Nobody wants to be around you. I worked in a nursing home for a long time, and in a nursing home where you're by yourself. It's okay to, you're by yourself. And you don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want it for you. So it's best to get ahead of these kind of issues now. If you're one of those leaders that are out here being, cruel and, rude to people. Hi, Grace. Good evening. Sorry if you've been there a minute and I just didn't notice. Definitely. My apologies to that. So if you're one of those leaders that's just been, showing up all kind of way and hurting other people, I say no, don't do it no more. Dr. Dale advises for you to do your pulse check. Check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, they say. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? Because people want to be around people that are lovable. People that love people that love, right? Be one of those people that are sharing love. Be the boss of you. That's my phrase from my website. Be the boss of you with intelligence, right? So you can move forward with your heart and your mind, right? And you feel good, and you're mending relationships, you're building trust, you're building people that actually want to come back, want to have a relationship with you, right? Are people running away from you, or are they getting closer? I laugh because it's a true thing. It's a real thing. Who are you? What are you doing in these streets with other people? Stop doing it. Stop hurting people. If you hurt people in 2024, 2023, I forgive you. No, I'm expecting better, because you're here to personally develop yourself and grow. So that's what I welcome for you, right? And with that being said, you guys see my book. You need to order my book. So where is it? Where is it? Dr. Dale has a book. I did make some changes to it. It came out the last 2 days before the year ended, and it is here. The last changes, I'm waiting for the last book to come in, and then make sure that it was good, because you got to make sure you got to read it a few times and have other people read it and make sure it's good from their perspective. And that's where we're at. So you can go to my website, go on and pre-order your book, because this is where it's at. It's about showing up as a better version of you with your emotions, not to control your emotion, to manage your emotions in a healthy way, manage them in a healthy way. So with this topic that we're going to be talking about for the next, so we talked about authenticity, being your one true honest self, right? And if your one true honest self is for you to hurt people, then I welcome you to dive a little bit deeper into your emotional intelligence, right? That's what I welcome you. I challenge you, the minute you feel like you're getting aggravated, stressed, overwhelmed, frustrated, mad, angry, and want to lash out at someone or yourself, I welcome you to do 3 things. Stop what you're doing. Breathe. And check your pulse. Check your pulse. What does that mean? The acronym PULSE, it's a whole acronym, and it's ponder the situation very quickly. It is understand the situation, right? It is choosing the language that best represents your values, right? It's showing up as the best version of you. That's what the S is for. And then the E, once you know all of that and done all your fact finding, like my director of HR would say, then you completely engage with the situation. But you can't do that if you're showing up like this. Showing up like this. You can't do that. You need to stop. You need to breathe. And it feels so good when you do that. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And you know what happens? You stop and you put your hand on your pulse and you're like, okay. It reminds you to check in with yourself. That's what it does. It reminds you to check in with yourself. So there's this quote or words. Where did I get this? I got this. Oh, I forgot the lady's name. From, I think it was one of the ladies from Black Panther. I'll get the name for you guys next week. I apologize. So she said this sentence, and I got it from her, and she called them gems. So since we're talking about authenticity and being real with yourself and taking that mirror off the wall and welcoming equanimity within yourself, that's a word. If you needed a word for 2024, I just dropped a really good one. Equanimity. Equanimity. EQUINAMITY. So here's the gems, and it says, and I welcome this. This is for you. This is for me for 2024, and we're gonna just lean completely into this, this sentence, this this whole paragraph. So it says, "I am better than this moment. It will pass. I love myself. And in every evolution, I love myself at and in every evolution, both beneficial and non-beneficial, good, bad, or indifferent. I honor myself for operating in the fullness that I could at that time and in that space. I am proud of myself for the bravery to grow. I am proud of myself for finding tools and figuring this all out. I will give myself grace to figure it out, grace to stumble, grace to pause. I highlight and I cancel all contracts and agreement that don't serve me for my highest good. I give myself permission to evolve as often as I need to and in any way that I need to, without explanation." Amen. That was for you. That was for me. And we're going to say this for the next couple of weeks so we can lean into this to be our complete self and give ourselves grace because we deserve it. And because we are emotionally intelligent. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. Guess what? Same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out, connect. Definitely, that is my YouTube there, Dr. Dale Reports. Join, subscribe for more of this emotional intelligence, human resources, life deliciousness, right? Subscribe, share, comment, share with other people, somebody that you know that may need it, 2024 started, with a bang. So we got to end it with a bang. And it starts with, in order for you to end it with a bang, meaning a good bang, you got to make sure you start it off well, right? So that we can go right into the rest of the months and the years as that best version of you. But you cannot do that if you're not emotionally intelligent, growing every day, right? Choose you, choose yourself, love yourself, because as the gems say, we are better in every moment. And that's what I want for you. So have a great evening and one love. One love.